I know you. You're a powerhouse. You have built something powerful, a business, a reputation, a relationship, a life that looks pretty damn good on paper. And yet, part of you is quietly whispering, I can't keep doing this. Today, we are talking about that nagging feeling and why it's not a sign that you are crazy or broken. It's a signal that you have outgrown what you built, and that is a beautiful thing. So you're circling a pivot, knowing something has to change, secretly fantasizing about quitting or quietly disappearing from your career, your business, your relationship, your life, or just wondering why everything feels so heavy lately. I got you. I'm Megan Arneson, founder of Fuck the Hustle. I work with high achieving women, business owners, founders, leaders who are secretly craving change but are terrified of what will happen when they do make that change. In this video, we're going to talk about the 7 signs that you are not in some lame midlife crisis. You are in a moment of transformation. And I will give you your next best step to move through it without feeling like you have to burn everything that you have built to the ground. And if any part of you already knows that this is where you're at, please don't wait. Come join us in the Fuck the Hustle private membership and get access to the Nervous System is Your Strategy workshop, our monthly live practice sessions, emotional release tools, and a space full of support from high-performing women who are navigating this exact shift. This is the place where we practice the recalibration your nervous system is begging for. The link for that is, of course, below. Most women don't realize that this moment, this dissatisfaction, this tension isn't actually a problem. It is a signal. It's a sign that you have outgrown the way that you live, the way that you lead, the way that you relate to your energy, that you've outgrown who you were being when you built the thing, and you're itching for space to grow, to have a bigger impact, to stop playing by the old rules, to stop fitting yourself into the box. And it often hits around perimenopause, although we rarely name it that way because that would mean acknowledging that something has to change. And we don't like change. We like solutions, though. So we whiteboard, we strategize, we podcast, we yoga, we journal, we optimize. All the while, our bodies are screaming, can we please be done living this way? But here's the thing, you can't change when you're operating in the same old patterns. And most of us are so deep in it, we can't even see it. Forest, trees. So let's name what you're feeling. Here are 7 signs that you don't need to quit your life or your business because you're actually breaking through. Number 1, you fantasize about quitting, although you would never say it out loud. So you catch yourself thinking, if I just disappeared, but you shut it down before you even finished the thought. So listen, that fantasy doesn't mean you failed. Please don't beat yourself up for it. It is your system asking for space. Clarity lives on the other side of the pressure that you're feeling, but you have to give yourself space to find the clarity. Okay, number 2. You feel guilty for wanting something else. It's working, it's profitable, people respect you, but it kind of also feels like a prison, and deep down, you want out. And then, of course, the guilt kicks in, so you shut it all down. But that guilt is a sign that you are finally letting your truth get louder than the performance. And that, my friend, is growth. Number 3, you keep making plans, but you're not following through. You map out new ideas. You write the next version of your vision, but then the calendar takes over again. urgent wins over important. So the plan isn't the problem. The problem is your state. This is the moment to shift how you lead, not necessarily what you launch. Number 4, you feel resentment every time you look at your calendar. And you built it, you filled it, and probably gave other people access to it. And now it owns you and they own you. But listen, that resentment is your inner compass trying to reroute you towards something that actually fits who you are now. Number 5, you crave stillness, but you panic when you get it. You finally slow down, and then you immediately fill that space with busyness. I've been guilty of it. So this is because your nervous system doesn't recognize stillness as safety. It sees it as a threat. So this is your invitation to stop managing your time and start mastering your energy. Number 6, a teeny tiny part of you secretly wants to blow everything off and disappoint people just to feel free. So you've always been the one who holds it together, the emotional shock absorber, the glue. And some part of you wants to just let it drop so that you can breathe. So that urge is sacred. Some people would label it rebellion, but I'd rather call it revelation. You are ready to stop being everyone's anchor and start being your own. Number 7, you are over being the one in charge of everything. Okay, so this is kind of an add-on to number 6, but you can't let go. You are afraid that nothing will get done if you don't do it or micromanage it. But you're craving a life where being instead of doing is your main state. But listen, you can't access that version of yourself while your body is still bracing for impact. But this isn't a discipline issue. It is a capacity issue. And that version of you, the one who can lead without gripping, she's already inside of you. Listen, I have felt all of these things. In 2022, I took a year-long sabbatical from my coaching practice. And when I came back, I was all in on a new mission, helping middle-aged men do the deep work that I teach. I built the brand, I launched the offer, I ran ads, I filled my calendar, and it worked. From the outside, it looked like a perfectly executed pivot. But inside, something didn't feel right. Even though I helped a lot of men, most of them weren't ready. Yes, they wanted a coach, but they also kind of wanted a mom. And at some point, I realized I felt like I was working harder than they were. And at the same time, I was still coaching a handful of women, many of whom I had worked with before, and the contrast was undeniable. The women showed up on time. They went deep. They were willing to invest in themselves. They were ready to make a change, not just talk about it. But I stuck it out with the men because I felt like they just needed it more. And then at the end of 2023, my Meta Ads account got hacked. Years of content, ads, all of my accounts, personal photos dating all the way back to 2008, gone instantly. And I wanted to wholesale quit. Everything that I had built disappeared overnight. But that breakdown forced me to ask the question that I had been avoiding, which is, who do I actually want to serve? Who do I want to be as a leader? I realized I didn't want to be somebody who did the emotional labor for people who weren't ready. I wanted to build something for women who were already on the path, who didn't need convincing, just support, tools, a mirror, and a deep sense of safety so that they could find their own wisdom within. Women over 40 who were at a real crossroads. ready to shed the old ways of doing and finally create something aligned. And that is how the Fuck the Hustle community was born. It's not just a group, it's a space where the version of me who had outgrown her own model finally had somewhere to lead from my truth. The community is the next version of my leadership. It's where I stopped trying to convince anybody of anything and started building something for women who are already awake, already brilliant, and just need a model for a new way to lead themselves and everybody in their lives. So if you have outgrown the life, the career, the business that you built, and you're ready to stop fixing and start recalibrating, come and join us. This is the space for women who are ready to move from surviving to sovereignty, the space to get clarity, to let your truth be your guide, to shift your state of being, to build something that truly fits who you're becoming, to start mastering your energy, to expand your capacity, to create your own freedom, and to know that you don't have to do it alone. If even one of these signs hits close to home, you are not alone and you are not broken. You are evolving. But that evolution can't happen while you're still operating from the nervous system of the woman who built the life that you are trying to shift. The good news, you don't have to burn it all down. But you do have to stop trying to think your way out of a body that is stuck in survival mode. So, if any of this resonates, I have a free guide for you. It's called Fuck the Hustle, Fix Your Energy. It's a perfect companion to the Nervous System is Your Strategy workshop that you'll get when you join the community. But if you're not ready to join that just yet, this stands alone as a real usable tool to get your energy back online starting right now if you want. Listen, if you're feeling a little twisty about where you are right now, I hope this has been helpful. I would love to hear in the comments which one of those 7 signs kind of hit you in the gut a little. When I get that feedback, it really helps me know where to go next with these videos. So what do you want? Let me know in the comments below. And until the next one, make love, not hustle.